Peace. Good morning, family. How you doing? This is the very last Monday of the month. This is February the 28th, the shortest month of the year. Just so happened to be Black History Month. I'm just saying. But hey, we're here for everybody that made it to this Monday. There was someone in the world, someone in your town, someone in your city, someone on your block, somewhere did not make it to see the last Monday of February, did not make it to see this time right now. There is someone that will not make it to see 1 March. But while you are alive, while you are with breath, and while you are here on this side of the dirt, like I always say, while you are here on this side of the dirt, just give praise and give respects to the time that you have, because there's someone who wish they had the time that you may possibly be taking for granted, and I will not take you for granted. For everybody that's here right now, I say thank you and I appreciate you 1000%. So if you can see me, like I can kind of see you, because there's people that are watching that won't say good morning, like your voyeurs, like I'm showing something, but I am real showing something. But saying good morning back is kind of like reciprocity. If I can give it, you can receive it, and you can receive it, you can give it back. So how about let's try that again? If I can give it and you can receive it, and if you can receive it, you can give it back. So good morning to you. And I am thankful for you. And I am happy that you are alive to see this right here. So today is going to be very interesting, like always. I mean, I say it all the time, but I don't care. I'm going to keep saying it. I am going to keep saying it every day. Not every day, but every day. So everybody that's here on the Facebook land, I appreciate you for being here. Everyone that's on the YouTube platform, I thank you for being here. If you're watching it for the first time, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. And this is the 28th day of February and the last day. So if you're not watching this from the Facebook perspective of Consistency as Currency on the Consistency as Currency Facebook page, tomorrow you will not be able to see these live broadcasts unless you are on that platform. So if you're seeing it on my personal page, take it for what it is. You will have to follow the Consistency as Currency podcast page in order for you to see it in the morning. But the link is up at the top. So if you're watching it right now, the link is up at the top. Just click that link. Go ahead and follow that page. Well, like that page and follow that page, just so you can get the notification in the morning for when I go live. And everybody that's listening on the Anchor platform, the iHeart platform, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, as well as Facebook Podcasts, I appreciate you for being here, because you didn't have to be here. You can be with somebody else. Miss Linda Nash, peace, good morning. Miss Tatiana Clark, good morning. Miss Selena, good morning to you. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I don't want to hold you long, but I do want to make an impact. Make an impact. All right, so let's go ahead and get with it. Impact. So as you can see, make an impact, not just an affirmation. Make an impact, not just an affirmation. As you can see the image, what if everybody right here was just making affirmations? Then that person that is striving to get help won't receive help. Why? Because it stayed words. There was no activity attached to it. There was no actions attached to it. It's like that last person has the affirmation of, come on, you guys, we can do it. We can make it happen. But if you had actually did your part in it, then you would be a part of the impact of your community, or a part of the impact within your family, or even a part of the impact within yourself. That's taking words and creating it into flesh, and created it into actions, which created into activity, which then transitions into impact. So as you know, on this platform, we always go through the definition, and then we create a relevant definition, and then we bring it home. So the definition of impact is have a strong effect on someone or something, that strong effect or influence that something has on a situation or a person. So the contrast here is white over red. The contrast is have a strong effect or influence on a situation or a person. That is the 2022 definition of impact, is to have a strong effect or influence on a situation or a person. And affirmation, because remember, we want you to not just make affirmations, but we actually want you to create impact. Just like I said in the content of what we're saying, move your feet. There's too many people bumping gums, but they don't move their feet to go and make change. They don't go and actually do what they say they're going to do because they want the pretty part of the affirmation. They want the pretty post-it notes. They want the pretty, buying the pretty journals with all the affirmations in it, or go online and find these affirmations and write these affirmations down, or have affirmations parties, but you don't activate the affirmation. You don't activate the words. So the definition of affirmation, this definition of affirmation, is an action or support of or approval, a statement that something is true, a statement intended to provide encouragement, emotional support, or motivation, especially when used for the purpose of autosuggestion. And the contrast here is red over white. An action of support or a statement intended for the purpose of autosuggestion. Now, I'm just going to be transparent. I've never heard of the word autosuggestion until today. So if you know or heard of the word autosuggestion, you already know where I'm going and you know where I'm coming from. So I'm going to read this definition again. The action or support of approval, a statement that something is true, a statement intended to provide encouragement, emotional support, or motivation, especially when used for the purpose of autosuggestion. In contrast, again, red over white, an action of support or a statement intended for the purpose of autosuggestion. So this, man, when I learned this word this morning, again, it's just me being transparent. Hey, I'll just leave that alone. Anyway, the purpose of suggestion, in which the purpose unconsciously supplies or consciously attempts to supply the means of influence his or her own behavior or beliefs. This is autosuggestion. This my new word. This the word of the day for me. So the contrast of this is white over red. A process of suggesting in which the person supplies or attempts to influence his or her own behavior or belief. It's autosuggestion. It's like taking your success and putting it on autopilot. Because if I can make an auto suggestion, if I have the process of suggesting in which you can supply or attempt to influence your own behaviors, you can do it again. Auto suggestion is like consistency. It really is. It's like consistency. And the other definition of autosuggestion is the hypnotic or subconscious adoption of an idea that one has, originated oneself. That's you, originated oneself through repetition of verbal statements to oneself in order to change behaviors. And the contrast in this is white over red, which is the subconscious adoption that originated oneself. That's you. That originated oneself through repetition in order to change your behavior. So therefore, what you think of can come to pass only if you action it. Again, it says the subconscious adoption that originated oneself. That is inside of your mind, inside of your thoughts. You have the ability to be the originator of the repetition. That means I have to be consistent with my thoughts if I am going to change the order of my behavior, or if I'm going to subconsciously create or subconsciously duplicate myself, I must have order inside of my subconscious thought process, or to take my affirmations and give life to it. Only those who understand that if I see it, I can say it. If I say it, I can believe in it. And if I believe in it, I do have the subconscious ability to become and create a repetition in my life that is going to alter the order of my behaviors. So, can you actually take that affirmation and make it flesh in order for it to create an impact? Yes, it can. It's like having faith and also having the work, because yes, if it's talking about faith is a substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen, you have to still put in the work. That's why it says faith without works is dead. And that's the same thing with your affirmations. Stop writing these pretty words that look good, consciously look good, but subconsciously you're tore up on the inside. You don't have an effect on anything, because to me, the word affirmation is a blend between effective with the effect, and influence. Affirmation is a conjunction between effect and influence. What you affect should have an influence within you in order for you to make an impact. Because if the things you write down and make it plain is not effective to you, then it would not have an influence in order for it to come to pass. You too busy worried about what people are saying that you so busy not being effective to your own self. Remember, if it originated within oneself, it's not the concern of what somebody is saying that should be affecting you. The effect should come from the words that are influencing you to be affirmed within yourself. It's not waiting for someone to affirm you. That is you having the personal affirmation within yourself to affirm that what you're saying is true. That is a self-assessment of your auto-suggestion. I'm going to say that again. That is a self-assessment of your auto-suggestion, putting your beliefs on autopilot, putting your success on autopilot, putting your impact on autopilot. Every room that you walk into, you have the ability to create impact because you put the early adoption on autopilot. I put my success on autopilot. I put the way that I move on autopilot. I put the words that I say on autopilot, because it becomes the effect and influence of every room that you step into. How many rooms have you gone into that you was affected by everything that was around you? And if you walk into all of these rooms and you're always affected by everything that surrounds you, then obviously you're not the auto suggestion that you thought you were. You didn't have the auto suggestion that you thought you had because you wasn't the influence over yourself. You allowed other people to influence you to do other than what should had been originated within inside of you. That takes a self-assessment. It takes a self-assessment to understand what auto-suggestion means to the personal you. So that's my suggestion for you. Look at the word auto-suggestion and ask yourself, is auto-suggestion something that I need to review for myself and say, where am I in this auto-suggestion? Have I created a repetition in the things that I say, in the things that I do, to subconsciously take and change my trajectory if I am going to make an impact? Or if I am going to be impactful to where I find myself, the placement, the things that I do? Is it going to be impactful? Don't you know that you can make affirmations that can actually change the trajectory of your destiny, but you have to understand that it must originate inside of you? We talk about destiny, but we don't talk about legacy. We talk about legacy, but we don't attach the affirmations that what got us to the point to understand that if I am going to reach my destiny, I must understand that I must affirm myself. Not anyone that affirms me, but I must affirm myself. I must understand that it must be originated within my thoughts. And when it originates within my thoughts, it becomes the over and over again. It becomes the over and over again. And what do I mean when I say that? Because if you can accomplish that thing, then you do have the ability to do it over and over and over again. That is taking the words and making it flesh. That is taking the words and bringing it to life. That is taking those words of affirmation and creating an impact, because it has began to become a part of the effect and the influence in the room. When are you going to get to the point to where you have to understand, if I am going to be effective, then I must be influential to myself before I can ever become created to be the influence in the room? But how about you influence your own room? How about you influence the thoughts that you have? Influence yourself not to go to these places that you know you shouldn't be. Influence yourself to be effective with the words that you say to yourself. What do you say to yourself when other people is not around? Because remember, if we're talking about autosuggestion, it talks about subconsciously. So within inside of your thoughts, within inside of your brain, within inside of your you, what are you saying to you that can create an impact in your life? What are you saying to you that is going to change the best part of you that needs to be changed in order for it to redevelop, redesign the natural abilities and the natural gifts that you have? All right, that's enough. Hey, make an impact, not just an affirmation. Stop writing all these pretty words and putting all these pretty things down. Sometimes it's going to have to get ugly in order for you to make an impact. If you're going to have to make that ugly cry before you change something about you, I don't care. Cry in the shower. You can boo-hoo, slob, snot, all that stuff. If that is what it's going to take in order for you to create an impact within yourself, make the affirmation of today is my day, and I am going to release what I need to release in order for me to be impactful for myself. Create the impact for you. Then you will have the ability to be strong for somebody else. Because if you're not strong for yourself, then how do you even feel you have the ability to be the strength for someone else? Be strong for you. And don't just make affirmations. Make an impact. Peace.